Could you please turn it up just a little bit louder?
After 9/11, inspired, horrified by that, and wanting to take action, wanting to become engaged. And even though bin Laden has not been as operational in recent years because he has been surrounded and isolated by American military actions and covert actions, even though he has not been the key leader of al-Qaeda that he once was, he is such a major figure that it does change the world as we know it. Not sure that it changes the threat levels immediately because there are factions of al-Qaeda now all over the world, in Asia and throughout obviously the Middle East, David.
And at the White House, our chief White House correspondent who is waiting for developments, Chuck Todd. Chuck, 3,000 people killed on 9/11. It has been more than 3,500 days since that attack, as Americans and allies around the world have sought bin Laden in search of justice, and now apparently that has come. Describe what you've been able to pick up just being in the White House on a day of secret, but a lot of activity there.
It is secret and active all at the same time. Everybody trying to hint at us how big this was before. Of course, we had other sources confirm what we're reporting about the death and capture of Osama bin Laden. We're 4 months short of the 10-year anniversary. And David, don't underestimate the symbolic impact of this. We heard General McCaffrey talk about how this is going to be such a huge morale boost to the troops that are over there fighting this 10-year-long war, decade-long war in Afghanistan. But it's also going to have a symbolic impact because the first wave of troop withdrawals out of Afghanistan, and we went in there to go get this guy. Those first withdrawals are scheduled for in the next 60 days. And the impact that's going to have on the president's policy and what you're going to see members of Congress want to see. We know that there's a lot of fatigue in the American public. This is going to be a welcome development and relief to the American public. But what this is going to mean for the future of our policy in Afghanistan, it could change quite dramatically in the next 90 days.
And let me just keep reminding our viewers, if you're tuning into this special report late in the night, prime time on the West Coast, after 11 here on the East Coast, we are waiting for President Obama, who will address the nation, we understand, in approximately 10 minutes now. For the past hour at least, he has personally been engaged in drafting remarks that are of great national significance related to just what happened. We believe in Pakistan, again, a U.S. military operation that targeted and killed bin Laden. The U.S. has his body in custody, and the president will go through the operation that led to his death.
I'm not. I'm laughing.
Report the details as we learn them, but also capture the significance of this moment. Our colleague Richard Engel, reporting from Libya, the site, of course, of another major U.S. and NATO operation, says this is a breathtaking development. This is something, a search for a terrorist that defined a generation of warriors in our armed forces, but certainly defined a war on terror initiated since that time in 9/11. Andrea Mitchell, the trail for bin Laden had periodically gone quite cold. There had been a robust counter-terrorist operation begun after 9/11, a heavy use of drone attacks in Pakistan targeting major al-Qaeda figures.
What happened in Disney World 5 seconds later is asleep.
Again, where do you think bin Laden is, and when is the last time you had good intelligence on his whereabouts? But President Bush, President Obama, everyone agreed to capture him, to kill him, to bring him to justice would have a major psychological impact on this country.
Absolutely, and there were times in 2002 and 2003, and then we know that it was a big issue in the campaign in 2004, John Kerry arguing that he could have been captured in Bora Bora if troops had not been moved from Afghanistan to Iraq. So that became a big campaign issue.
Oh, Dad!
This is the 8th anniversary of May 1st.
I know.
Mission accomplished in Iraq. The appearance by President George W. Bush on the Abraham Lincoln. And that declaration, which we know was became very controversial in itself. But mission accomplished became sort of an iconic phrase in U.S. political